In this video, we'll continue with monthly trucking news. This time, important developments during April 1960. Some of the topics to be covered will be the ICC clears the way for a second coast-to-coast motor freight line. A southern carrier plans to acquire a northeast trucking company, and a large carrier adopts a new trademark. All this and more in this trucking history of news from April 1960. The Interstate Commerce Commission acted on a total of 10 applications, which Consolidated Freightways sought control of 5 motor carriers and authority to make the necessary financial arrangements. The ICC denied permission to control 3 of the trucking companies, but it was 2 that are the most important. Consolidated Freightways would become a coast-to-coast carrier with the ICC authority to acquire Motor Cargo Incorporated of Akron, Ohio, and Liberty Motor Freight Lines of Secaucus, New Jersey. Denied were 3 carriers: Silver Fleet Motor Express Incorporated, Bell Lines of Charleston, West Virginia, and Rutherford Freight Lines of Bristol, Virginia. Here's a map of the authority that Bell Lines Incorporated for Charleston, West Virginia had. Directors of Johnson Motor Lines Incorporated of Charlotte, North Carolina, and stockholders of Emmett Valley Transportation Company Incorporated of Uxbridge, Massachusetts, announced an agreement where Johnson would acquire all the stock in Emmett Valley. First, Johnson would apply to the ICC for approval for temporary authority, and then once final authority was granted to Johnson, they would merge Emmett Valley into the Johnson system. Johnson began operations in 1945 and has expanded over the years from 41 employees and 31 pieces of equipment to more than 1,180 employees and 1,048 pieces of equipment. Johnson operating authority is limited to textile shipping from the south to points between New York and Boston, and carries general commodities in backhauls. Emmett Valley was organized in 1921 and has general commodity authority between New York, New Jersey metropolitan area and New England. Unveiling of the new trademark logo for Interstate System of Grand Rapids, Michigan was L.D. Rahilly, president, and Elmer G. Myers, vice president of the company. Now, it'll take several months to rebrand all of the 3,350 pieces of trucks, tractors, and trailers. The new logo made other drivers start to refer to Interstate as $. The state of Delaware has moved to regulate motor carriers engaged in interstate transportation of property. All persons or companies engaged in interstate freight with Delaware as of March 16, 1960, has been directed to obtain and file verified statements showing present operations, routes, commodities hauled, and equipment. After May 16, 1960, new companies must apply for a certificate of public convenience and a necessity before starting business. Now, I'm not sure why Delaware waited 40 years after other states had already started regulating interstate motor carriers, but it could be because Delaware was so small and it's not really metropolitan once you get away from the Wilmington and Dover areas. Let's talk about new terminals. Chicago Express Incorporated opened a $1 million general and executive office and terminal in Kearny, New Jersey. Included was a separate maintenance shop. Also costing $1 million was a new terminal and maintenance building in Cleveland, Ohio for commercial motor freight. Rather large by 1960 standards, this terminal had 70 doors. Now for new equipment being bought in April 1960. West Brothers Motor Express of Hattiesburg, Mississippi ordered 10 more converter vans, bringing the total to 14 of such trailers in the fleet. The 40-foot converter trailers are described as a type that can be used as vans, open tops, or flatbeds. It takes 2 men to completely dismantle or erect such a trailer in about 30 minutes. Dismantled side and end panels can be placed at the front of the trailer and secured there, with the top for the open top or rag top, as some call it, would be folded and placed in a box under the trailer floor. Speaking of new trailers, Central and Southern Truck Lines of Caseyville, Illinois, just ordered 40 new 38-foot reefers from Fruhoff Trailer Company. When delivered, there will be 103 refrigerated trailers in their fleet. Well, that's going to do it for trucking news from April 1960. The next video will be for trucking news from May 1960, and I'm sure you'll find it interesting. I'm enjoying doing this for you guys. Leave a comment and let us know how you're enjoying this, and if you're not a subscriber, please do, and we'll see you next time. Bye.